Okay, so we get our butts kicked by the Chicago Bears, a team that's won 2 games, and they look so much better than us. Yeah, there's always, every time we look at a game, one of the games that's close, at least for a while, we can say, well, if this would have happened, you know, Garrett with his interception. I was sitting there watching just before that play started. I'm watching. I'm like, Nazib is lined up offside. You goof, get back, you know? No, he doesn't get back. He actually jumps forward just a little bit and then stays there. He's already offsides. Even if he doesn't jump forward, he's offsides. How do you line up offsides? You know, the coaching staff, people were saying coaching. The coaches, they got a lot to answer for this year. There's no doubt about it. Hugh Jackson in particular. Actually, Williams as well, because of the way he set things up. He can't stop a pass for nothing. But, you know, these players need to take accountability at some point. Lining up offsides is never, ever, ever, ever okay. You jump, that shouldn't be okay either, but it happens. But lining up offsides, oh my gosh. Now, who knows? I mean, it would have put the Browns ahead 10-6. So now Chicago's playing from behind. But, you know, the Browns were outclassed in that game. They fell apart at that point. It was an 11-point turnaround because they went down on the same thing and they scored a touchdown. So, in effect, it was an 11-point turnaround. Kizer, oh my gosh, you know, he's looking good. He's moving the ball down the field there towards the end of the first half. I'm thinking, just don't get crazy. Don't get crazy. And he gets crazy. And he throws it down, and Gordon's just kind of trotting down that way. Got to put some of the pressure, some of it on Gordon, but you can't throw that ball. And over again after the game, he said, I can't throw that ball. And he does anyway. He does it. Oh, I'm still a Kizer fan, but I think Kizer needs to sit for a year. I really do. The year after, we'll see. Okay, if they bring in a veteran, then they bring in a number 1 draft choice. Probably not going to want to play the number 1 draft choice. Probably going to play the veteran. But you do got to give Kizer a chance to battle against him in case he improves greatly over the offseason. But he needs to sit and watch for a while. He needs mentored by a quarterback. Not by a quarterback coach, not by Hugh Jackson, by an actual quarterback who has been out there, who has experienced it, who's experienced the highs and the lows, and can tell him this is what playing football is all about in the pros, okay? Defensively, you get hit by how do you one screen pass and they come back with the exact same screen pass and it works again not that long afterwards. Hugh Jackson, on the other hand, the week before, you know, runs Crowell through the hole on the one play where he gets 50-something yards and doesn't run it again. He says he ran it later in the game and they lost 2 yards. Yeah, what kind of thinking is that? But back to this game and everything, okay? I don't know. I don't understand. Peppers lined up offsides during the game also. The Browns just you're gonna, you know, I play FanDuel, and a number of times I pick the other team's receiver whether he's having a good year or not because I know he's going to have a good year against the Browns. Okay, I know he's going to. So I'm not really thrilled. We've stopped the run for the most part, so that's made a big change. I think Williams made a big change this year and everything. Can he do better in a second year? I don't know if he can or not. But as for Jackson, if they do keep Jackson and he brings in an offensive coordinator, it can't just be by name only. It can't be, well, this is the guy that's going to work with it, but I'm calling the plays or anything. It's got to be somebody that knows football, has been an offensive coordinator in the past, and you got to turn it over to him. But here's my question: Who would want to come over and do that, right? If you're good and everything, and you've been good, and why would you want to come over to Cleveland and do that anyway next year? So I don't know. I look for them to bring in a quarterback, but we'll talk about that more when the season's over. I meant to say a head coach. Obviously, they're going to bring in quarterbacks. I meant to say I really believe they're going to change head coaches, but we'll get into that more later. But that was pathetic. It was just pathetic. It was so pathetic. But you know what? I mean, I did my laundry. I made some popcorn. I did a little bit cleaning here and there. I walked here and there around the house. The game was on, but I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it for the most part. I'd plop down once in a while, watch a little bit of it, and then I'd get up and go do something. That's the way it is with the Browns games this year. You know, well, I hope they could, it would be nice if they could beat Steelers next week. And if the Steelers win tonight, and they're not going to get beat by Houston, come on. Then they have something to play for next week, and because it'll be a 1 o'clock game, and I'm sure the New England game is as well. So they'll have something to play for to see if maybe New England gets beat and they can still get the #1 seed. So, and if that's the case, then the Browns aren't going to beat them. There's no way it's going to happen. So we're going to be 0-16. And they're going to have that stupid parade, and I have a video that'll be coming out on that if we go 0-16. I have a video that'll be coming out on that stupid, idiotic, ridiculous thing that this McNeil guy has come up with, okay? More on that if we go 0-16. Hey, maybe the Steelers lose to Houston tonight, but for some reason, I don't know. I don't know what that would be. But and then they play their second team, and then maybe the Browns can kick a field goal at the end of the game and win it or something. I'm just saying. But okay, it was a terrible game. It was terrible. It was just a terrible Christmas Eve game. Luckily, it was early in the day. Didn't even think about it when I was. We were opening gifts Christmas Eve. Didn't even think about it. Yeah, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to worry about it. I just wait for the off season and see what happens and everything. So anyway, I don't know. Is there better times coming for the Browns? They just lost 15 games in a row. There's got to be better times coming, right? There's got to be better times coming. There's got to be. So I don't know. Go Browns.